Hello everybody, just wanted to follow up on our last brief video concerning how important it is to have a mortgage approval letter to submit along with your offer. So you've submitted your offer to the seller and it is approved and you've got a signed, agreed, binding agreement. So we're ready to start moving forward with the loan process. So basically, the purchase sale agreement is going to identify the sales price. It's going to identify the title company that will be closing that. It'll also identify if the seller is going to be paying any closing costs or any title policies for you. So what we're going to do next is actually pick this up and get out some disclosures to you. But prior to getting those disclosures, we've got to look at this and see, do we need to lock the rate for 30 days or 45 days based on the actual time before we're closing? And I know there's a lot of concern about rates today, especially with the Fed meeting and a lot of volatile things happening. We don't know whether to go ahead and lock the loan or what's called float the loan. Well, let me give you some assurance. When you lock the loan with me, should the rate improve up to 3 days prior to closing, you'll receive what's called a float down. You will get that lower rate, so you're protected either way, should the rates go up or should the rates come down. So we've actually got everything. We're going to what's called an underwriting process, and essentially what that is, it's a validation process to show, based on everything put in the computer that we did to get you approved for this mortgage, is correct. So we've gone through that. We're going to be getting the appraisal order. We're getting the title work order because we want to make sure when the title company does the title work, there's no liens against this property. If there are liens against these properties, we want them satisfied before you purchase the property. So what's going to happen? We're going to show up at the title company. The seller will be there with their agent. You will be there with your agent, and I'll also be at closing because I want to make sure there's no questions whatsoever. Let's face it, finding the property for your home is very, very important, but isn't paying for it as well? Because typically it's a 30-year loan, and I feel that I need to be there should there be any questions whatsoever. So we're going through the process. We finally get through underwriting, and we get to what's called a clear to close. A CTC is generally what people call it. So what's going to happen then, we'll generate what's called a closing disclosure. That's going to have all the detailed numbers as far as what your closing is, the cost for the closing, and the cash to close. Generally, we'll have that to you 3, 4, 5 days, up to a week sometimes ahead of closing. This gives you the ability to go ahead and get your funds together for cash to close. So once we get to the table, we'll probably be there probably 30 or 45 minutes signing all of your documents. The great thing about it as well, I'll be issuing you your certificate for your rate rebound. And let's remember what the rate rebound is. For the next 5 years, should rates improve, you'll be able to refinance with no lender fees, which is no underwriting fee, no admin fee, no processing fee, no credit report fee, no appraisal fee, and we'll even throw in $1,000 to cover any other third-party fees such as title fees. So how can you lose? It's a win-win situation when you elect me to do your mortgage. So I'm here for any questions, 423-593-2501 or DaleWhaley.com. Have a most pleasant day. Goodbye.